Welcome and thank you for taking the time to watch this short video. My name is Andrew Bloom and I am a small business growth specialist. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you the opportunity to make your business far more successful and far more profitable. Now to begin with, I'd like to make two assumptions. The first assumption is I'm going to assume that all of you are very skilled, very good at what you do. I'm also going to make the assumption that you have good people skills. You're great with customer service. And in fact, most small business owners think that's exactly what it takes to have a successful business. We'll get some people in the door, some potential clients, and I'll show them how good I am at what I do and how personable I am, and that'll get them to come back and voila, got a business, right? However, successful business people know that those skills are just the prerequisites for owning a business, okay? There are actually three things that will make a successful business. The first thing is you need a reliably predictable way to bring new clients in. And I'm not just talking about warm bodies, I'm talking about your ideal climate for exactly your business. The second thing is you need to have an actual system and methods in place to convert those new clients into loyal clients that will stay with you forever. If you can create some raving fans, that's about the best you can do. So that's the ideal to shoot for. The third thing is you need to maximize the lifetime value of each of your clients. The better you are at these three things, the more successful you're going to be and the more profitable your business is going to be. So let's take a look at the GET. So by the way, that's get, keep, maximize. Good way to think about it. So let's look at how most businesses get or acquire new clients. Now typically, what they'll do is they'll look around and see what everybody else is doing. And it's understandable. I mean, you're thinking, hey, if they're doing it, it must be working. So I'll just do the same thing. If that's what your thoughts are, I would urge you to reconsider, because there are two potentially fatal flaws that come along with that way of thinking. The first is you're going to get lost in the crowd, okay? There's been some recent marketing research that's come out. The average consumer, you and I, the average consumer is hit with over 5,000 marketing messages every single day. Okay, that includes everything, from TV to, even on the internet to whatever. So the purpose of advertising, the entire purpose of advertising, is to get somebody's attention, right? If they want to use your services, they see your ad and they think, great, that's what I want to do, or that's where I want to go. So by just copying what everyone else is doing, you're going to get lost in the crowd. You're not going to stand out, okay? The second potentially fatal flaw is that you're turning your business into a commodity. And what I mean by that is, look at it from the consumer standpoint. Let's say somebody moves into town and they're in need of your services, and so they they look around. They say, okay, well, here's this person, here's that person, there's this person. But, as a consumer, I'm going to assume you all know what you're doing. I'm going to assume that you're probably all friendly. So really, the only decision I have left at that point as the consumer is who's got the best price. Okay, so that's what I mean by turning yourself into a commodity. Now, if you are copying what everybody else is doing and you're being viewed as a commodity, what you're really doing is you're attracting price-sensitive people, coupon cutters, whatever. You're attracting price-sensitive people. The odds and likelihood of them becoming repeat great loyal clients of yours, it's really difficult to do that. And then obviously you're not going to be able to maximize the value if that's how you're, if those are the type of clients that you're going after. So how do you take your business from where it is now and turn it into a more successful and more profitable business? Well, I've come up with a solution that takes you from beginning to end, takes you through a whole series of steps to make that transformation possible. And it begins with differentiation. You need to differentiate yourself from your competitors so that you don't get lost in the crowd, right? It doesn't need to be a radical differentiation, but you do need a competitive edge, so you got to be a little bit different. Next, you need to look at who is your ideal client. If you're a high volume, low price type operation, then your client's going to look a whole lot different than if you want to charge premium prices and not have to have as many people coming in. So you identify your ideal client. Now you have to know, where is this ideal client? Where do I get them? Where do they hang out? Where do they live? Do they work? Do they belong to any special interest groups? So then you find them, and then you need to market to them. And I can provide you, in fact, I'm going to provide you with the marketing plan and actual professionally copywritten marketing materials to target your ideal client. Now, once you begin to attract your ideal client to your business, now you need to convert them into loyal clients. So as I mentioned, there's got to be a proven method or formula for converting these people into loyal clients, and it needs to be done without fail. Every client, there are things that you need before the appointment, your first appointment. There's things you need to do immediately following the first appointment. There's things you need to do a week later, and so on. So we'll lay out a formula and a program for you to convert them into loyal clients. Then you need to maximize the value, right? So you should be doing monthly promotions, quarterly promotions, special events, holidays, birthdays, anniversaries, you name it. Now, you don't have to implement everything all at once, but to make it easy on you, I'm going to give you an entire year's worth of theme-based marketing promotions that you can run at any time. Now, immediately, 5 years from now, whatever the case may be. Now, if that sounds like there's a lot involved, there is, but you need to make it manageable. So I'll also take you through how to set up some systems in your business, how to systematize your business so that you're not pulling your hair out and going crazy. And in fact, it should only take you approximately an hour, plus or minus, but approximately 1 hour per month where you're working on your business, not dealing with any clients or anything else. You're working on your business. And if you do that, that's really kind of the glue that holds all these things that you need to do together. Now, the best part of this whole thing is that I form small groups of business owners just like you in your industry. And what makes this so powerful is that you're not just learning and listening to me, but you're actually participating in this group where like-minded individuals, you're all sharing your failures, you're all sharing your successes, you're sharing ideas like for differentiation. You'll listen to everyone's idea and they'll listen to yours. They'll learn from your successes and failures. It makes it it's a very powerful concept. Now, the other reason that I do this in groups is to make it affordable for everyone. So just ask yourself, when was the last time anyone has ever sent you a mailing piece or marketed you in some way to promote their coaching and consulting services. Probably, you've never probably been marketed to, right? The reason why is that, well, I mean, I've been a business owner for almost 30 years. Okay, so for about the last 7 years, I've been doing coaching and consulting for mid-sized businesses. Usually have somewhere around 3 million revenue per year type, that size. But for the last approximately 3 years, I've implemented this concept with the small groups so that I can help the small businesses. Because to do it one-on-one, it would be prohibitively expensive. It just doesn't work for small businesses. The whole coaching consulting thing, it just doesn't work for small businesses. So that's the power of the group concept. You get to interchange and share with your fellow business owners, and it's what makes this whole thing affordable. So here's the thing. I'd like to help everybody out, but it's just physically not possible to do. And in fact, because they are just small groups of 5 and no more than 10 people per group, I've got to be pretty selective about who I allow to become members. Okay, and in fact, I have 3 criteria for that. The first criteria is that you need to be motivated. I only want to deal with people who are motivated to turn their business around, to make it much more successful and profitable, and all the good things that come along with that. Okay, the second thing is that you have to participate in these groups. Okay, it's I insist upon it, I demand it. It's what makes the whole concept work. Okay, so you have to participate, you have to be willing to participate. The third criteria is that you've got to be willing to implement. Okay, so if you're just listening and taking in all this good advice and everything else and not doing anything with it, your business is never going to change. So I want to deal with people who are actually going to implement these things. I judge my success by how successful you become. Make sense? Now, if you feel like you meet that criteria and are interested in becoming a member, what I need you to do is on the web page right below where this video is, there's a button there that says something like, yes, I'm interested in learning more about becoming a member. So I need you to click on that, and that'll take you to a very short application. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to ask for any personal information. It's not very intrusive. I just want to get an idea of how your business is doing right now. Then what you can expect after that is usually within about 48 hours after I receive the application, I'll send you an email to schedule a phone interview where we can talk about this in a little bit more depth. I'm sure you're going to have a boatload of questions, and I need to make sure that you are going to be a good fit for these groups. So, and one last thing I wanted to point out that I almost forgot. This entire program that I put together is backed with a full 1-year, 100% ironclad guarantee. All right, so again, if you're interested in this concept, if you'd like to improve your business, if you'd like to increase your profitability and you see the value in this, I would urge you to fill out that application as soon as possible, because these groups typically, whenever I offer this, it typically fills up in a week to 2 weeks. And then once I have all the members together, the group begins shortly after that. So again, if you're interested, then just say maybe. Fill out the application, and hopefully we'll talk soon. So thanks again for taking the time.